Halo, assalamualaikum Sobat Dokter Hanafi. Jumpa lagi di Dokter Hanafi Bedah yang akan memberikan info-info menarik tentang kesehatan. Untuk video kali ini kita akan membahas tentang perkembangan Jordan Beckwith setelah 4 bulan amputasi. Gimana keadaannya. Sebagai catatan, di bulan yang keempat ini sudah tidak ada rasa nyeri, sudah tertangani rasa nyerinya, dan dia mulai melakukan penelitiannya tentang prostesis, dan kita lihat bagaimana prostesis di luar negeri. Oke, saksikan terus. See you. Assalamualaikum.
Prosthetics appointment now. What did we learn today, baby?
We learned there's a lot about prosthetics that we don't understand.
Oh, there's geese crossing the road. And traffic is stopped for them. It's everywhere.
Dude.
They're on parade. So after the goose crossing incident, we learned we have a lot to learn about prosthetics. And what did you say earlier about no answers in one day? I think Brian brought up a good point earlier. I'm super pissed and in a terrible mood and being a real grouch about everything because I'm not a very positive person today. And my darling husband here brought up a good point that you don't really get any answers all at once. So it's like we're just collecting tidbits of medical clues and eventually we'll find actual answers. I don't know when that day will come, but it will one day. It is now the evening and I am safely back home from Denver with my Sadie bear. Today was a day where I was not in a good place. Like, I was just a total grouch, 100% honest. I tried to cancel this appointment in the morning. Brian made me go to it. He was like, no, you really need to go hear them out. And I appreciate that he did that. I feel like it's a good thing to have other people watching out for me right now because I'm kind of shutting down. So here's the situation. Like I said, I was a total grump today and I feel like I'm on overload from doctor's appointments, and I guess I call prosthetists doctors too, even though they technically aren't. Just from so many appointments and so much information and a lot of conflicting information from talented, educated professionals, and I need to take a break. And I can take a break because I don't have surgery for another month and a half, and so I decided that I am going to postpone research for a little while and just try to exist, just try to live a little bit and stop trying to find answers that we don't need right now. Like, what leg is going to be best at what time is going to be answered in a couple months, and we'll figure it out then. And some of the other questions that came up today will be figured out at a different time. And right now I feel like part of self-care is letting my brain take a break from trying to figure out who to trust and what is right. What I know is I'm having surgery March 28th 2019. I almost said 18, which is great. She keeps hitting me. And I may be having a few additional things done in that surgery. Isn't she so sweet? Hi. Like taking the screw out if it's healed enough so we don't have to go back in months later if there's issues, but I'll keep you updated on that. Now, one thing that came out of today that was decisive and really, really good is that this prosthetist agrees my leg is definitely not too long, which is really great news because I did not want to go have my leg chopped off again. That would be horrible in a lot of ways, so that was something worth celebrating. I apologize for the crazy lighting we have going on here. I realize when I talk about a lot of my current health stuff, it may be a little vague. The reason for that is there's some stuff going on, and if I talked about it in specifics, it would involve throwing some people under the bus, and I'm not going to do that until I know that people need to be thrown under buses. Just kidding. Don't throw anyone under buses, ever. I don't know that any mistakes have actually been made. My dog is loudly chomping tennis balls. And so until I know that, I am not going to talk about things in specifics. Does that make sense? I honestly think I want something that doesn't exist. Like, I just want, this is gonna sound very silly, like I just want the whole course plot it out. I want to know exactly what's going to happen. I know how dumb this sounds as I'm saying it, and I want to know it's going to be okay and no mistakes are going to be made, and what mistakes have been made and who to blame and blah blah blah. And I think I just realized that right now, and I think that's where a lot of my frustration is coming from, and I think I need to let that go, because that's not how the world works. The future is a giant question mark, and I can make peace with that. Even when it's snowing out, she never stopped. It's so cold. Look at her covered in snow. Nothing exists but the tennis ball. You ready? You ready? Good girl. By the way, if you live near Colorado Springs, make sure that you check out Misha Hair Emporium on Instagram. She's the lovely lady who did my hair. She always does my hair. She did a fabulous job, and I just love working with her. This is not remotely sponsored or paid. I just think that she's glorious, and you should definitely check her out if you need your hairs done and you live within 50 miles of the Springs. I don't know, travel further. She's great.